too heavily on roller either. But I guess we'll see.
I'm just hoping Banter has these upbeat techs unlocked because you're going to be dealing with a lot of them against Falcon.
Absolutely.
Especially if he goes off stage to challenge you.
Alright, well, let's see if that comes to fruition. One start on typical PS2. Lovely patience by Botodo. Taking a second to stand there and allow Banter to do whatever he needs to do. Get out of his system and then attack him with an option that he didn't see. Smart man. Oh. I think we're fine for this nil. Yep.
Okay.
Down to the up tilt.
I was thinking he was going to go for a footstool off of that downer, but I guess he didn't get sent anywhere, so we just decided to go for an up tilt.
Has Botodo been working on the footstool setups with Falcon?
Yep, he really has.
That's fantastic.
I'm actually happy for it, too.
Yeah,
you don't get to see them too often.
You don't, but it's an integral part. Well, I wouldn't say it's integral to Falcon's kit, but it's okay.
It's definitely a one-up against the other Falcons.
Absolutely.
Hey, upbeat, yep. You've always got to be ready for that.
You have to be. You don't want to develop a shield habit when playing against a character with such a devastating command grab. Okay. There to get him off. Alleviate some pressure. He's stuck at the ledge. Ledge trap not going quite the way Botodo hoped for. But it doesn't matter. He's carrying momentum through, clipping him with the back hit of that down smash. So, Banter back off stage, what again? Roller's not going to connect.
Banter's relying too heavily right now on roller. He's gone for it about 3 times so far, and it hasn't worked out a single time for him.
It hasn't. I think Botodo knows to look out for that. That's one of the difficulties of being an Inkling main, is that during the early games of the meta, a lot of people learn to play against the character effectively, and I don't think that Botodo's forgotten what to look out for. That's the 4th roller.
Alright.
It's fantastic when it works, but when it doesn't, you're in a very bad situation, especially against a character like Falcon who can be on you in a second.
I just remembered something that Falcon has right now. If they stay at ledge too long, he can actually true combo up smash into knee.
Really?
Yeah. Because of the really strange hitbox that the up tilt now has, it sends them in the perfect direction where all he has to do is fade back, short hop forward air, and it'll connect into knee.
Alright, let's see if that comes into application. I know if there's any Falcon for High Desert that knows that, it's going to be Botodo. Back there in the grab. Unfortunately, off the stage, not much you can do to follow it up, but he does have a whole stage to play with now. Really gonna miss that nair. Oh my. Double stop, not much out of it. I feel like the pressure is on Banter. He's getting a little bit desperate to get this stock off, knowing that he has 2 more to chew through. Desperation's hitting him with that missed input on the splat bomb going the wrong way. Managed to get him on stage. But at this point, even when he had him on stage, you could, okay, there's the first stock. You notice when he had him on stage, he wasn't willing to even approach, though. I think, nope, Botodo is in his head at this point by a bit. Banter needs to slow down and recompose, but Captain Falcon is not the type that lets you slow down if he doesn't want you to. All right, getting the up throw into nair, trading the forward air. It's good the trade happens, but at this point, Banter doesn't need to be playing for any form of trade.
Yep. A few more percent, and he'll just be able to take the stock with a Falcon kick.
Yep. Be sure to look out for Falcon down B. It's going to start coming out soon. Strong hitbox.
Right, right now it's a punish option.
No.
Yep.
Right, here we go.
Right out as to say it.
Banter's going to need to adjust accordingly.
Okay. Good weight, good patience. Spacing himself in the right direction. All right. Okay.
Fishing for these back airs, expecting Banter to play it into him. Banter's playing on the back foot, so I don't expect him to do much approaching right now. But
at this point, you can't be scared anymore at ledge.
You can't.
Because any situation where you're scared right now is going to result in you getting upbeat.
Almost dying off the top of that down there. And
all right, up air will take the stock.
Absolutely. So at that point, the game state got out of Banter's hands far too early. And by the time he started to try to build his composer, he was down 2 stocks. Against a high-octane character like Captain Falcon, you don't want that to happen.
Right now, it seems like Banter is struggling a lot to try to catch Falcon, so he's sending out a lot of preemptive attacks in situations where he's more than likely not going to do anything, especially with you going for it so often. It's like you're sending out a punch, but he's watching you just do it, so he's just punishing you for every option that you're trying to pick because you're trying to punish Falcon because he's faster than you.
Of course.
But honestly, he's just waiting for you to do options right now.
At this point, let's see if Banter has what it takes to make the adaptation. Not wanting to let this game get away from him as quickly as the last one. Taking over to Town and City, giving himself plenty of space to maneuver, and if he does feel like playing defensive, he has plenty of space to run around. Alright, second grab of the game, getting it up, into up there, into air, and using that spot bomb to force the shield. Say Banter is objectively off to a much better start, and there he goes for the roller. So he's going to start looking for those rollers a bit early, wanting nothing more than to get the stock.
And that's a
in.
knee. Yep, that's a true confirm.
Yep.
If you don't want to pick an option, he's going to pick one for you.
Absolutely. Looks like this stage pick might come back to haunt him, as Captain Falcon has no issue playing with those platforms. He's just giving him a staircase.
All right, good. Now go for the up smash.
Up smash.
A little bit too far. A little bit too far to land it.
But he does get the second roller.
All right.
Immediately after.
Basically back to even.
A couple of stray hits. Launches one starter, does not connect. Not much of a starter himself. You have to keep him confined to that one corner you're using. Spot gun. Building a bit of that ink, but the issue with ink is it doesn't really matter if you aren't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, perfectly said.
Falcon is partially coated. You're going to get some more ink on him. Oh, beautiful.
You need to show him that it's slime time right now.
Absolutely. This is your opportunity to get big damage. If you have an interest in taking the stock early, this is the time. Most of it gets worn off, but honestly, building... Oh,
okay. He's doing a much better job of making Botodo approach him now. So now he's playing defensive.
No, we don't want to repeat of the last stock. Smart move to just retreat the ledge, let Falcon have it, come back to stage, and manages to just slip right by him. Out of that, somehow Banter winds up being the player with the stage control. Going for another spot bomb. Runs up for the down tilt, hoping he drops shield too early, and that roller was a little bit predictable.
Yeah, he did it from way too far away, too.
Yes, far too far away. Running up with the boosted F tilt. Not working out the way he hoped, but it is a smart option. Very well spaced forward air from Banter. Waiting for it.
Right, good option.
Yes. Taking advantage of his hesitancy, knowing that the roll was coming, that was a fantastic answer. Wanted to go for the back air.
Ooh, that roller almost cost him.
That platform is firing against him, and he didn't make it back to neutral from there.
That was a really good sequence from Botodo.
Managed to get started.
All right,
Let's see what
comboed.
Up there. Triple up. Up air, triple air.
Up air, up air.
No.
Nope.
4 up airs. Not a closer, but plenty of good damage tacked on. Player knows it's a volatile situation, just trying to feel each other out and space out their safest options. Not very wise to go for the spot gun against Captain Falcon. By the time you try to put that gun down, he's already hit you. Goes for the roller
Again, you're committing too much to this roller.
Yep. To top it off, he didn't cancel it. He turned around. Giving Falcon ample time to punish him with almost anything. A little bit ambitious with the Falcon dive. Wanted to end this game. This definitely seems a bit desperate to end this game with a roller. And at this point, you can tell neither player necessarily wants to approach the other, knowing that the next interaction could very well decide the game. I tackled a bit of extra ink, but like I alluded to earlier, no matter how much ink, almost dying to that forward throw. I feel like the DI must not have been there because I don't think it's that close. That being said, rage.
That's going to take it, yeah.
I mean, he does have level 2 rage, so that makes sense.
It's just he didn't need to commit to that option.
He didn't. You could tell that Banter. I do like that he was keeping his desperation in check. He did stop going for the rollers. He did wind up spacing out back air versus Falcon back air. Unfortunately, that last approach a bit too heavy a committal, as you mentioned, and he paid for it with the game. It does happen. Quickly made it back to stage select. I think Town and City was a fine stage pick for Banter. I don't understand why he wouldn't want to go back. Exactly. The stage break worked out pretty well. It gave him the ample space to run around wherever he wanted to. If he was feeling the pressure, he could attempt to disengage and just play the circle pancake. At least it gives more room for them to traverse. I like that for him. See here? Oh, Botodo up 2-0 to Game 3, returning to Town City. Game 2 being a much closer game than Game 1, I think this is the right call. This in there doesn't get much off it. Given the situation, it was wise for Banter to just fade off stage and force Botodo to cool down. Catching the roll, waiting at the back air. Turn to a slower pace usually. It seems like each player is taking in a more methodical approach. Nobody's coming out swinging with any hard-hitting moves, but safe to say that Botodo is getting the better of these interactions. Going for the raw knee. Banter with the well-spaced back airs. Doesn't want to give Botodo. Botodo opting to just walk menacingly towards him. Knowing that Botodo, under pressure, will occasionally make a risky move, trying to bait something risky out of him. Alright, Botodo letting the back airs fly, knowing that any back air connecting with that side of the stage would have resulted in the stock. Gets the dash attack, gets the second attempt at an up air, attempts the sharp every time, but Banter attempts to come back to the ground.
Banter right now is doing a lot of roll to ledge, which Botodo's been punishing really well so far. That being the only one I think so far that he hasn't been able to catch.
Absolutely.
Alright, get back on stage, normal get up, okay?
You noticed a second ago, Banter actually got a roller, but he didn't seem to know what to do with it.
Yep.
Banter's gonna hit shield, not gonna hit its mark. Another
Right,
roller.
forward smash, okay. Just get him back off stage, get some damage going.
So now with the fully charged splat bomb again. And that's going to be the back throw. As good as Inkling's jab is, it's still a jab. Still very laggy at the end.
Alright, now
Jab
finish it
block.
off.
Oh, no. He wanted to go for something fancier. Banter told me he witnessed that from Shirayuki, the Japanese Inkling, and I can tell. Shirayuki does go for that setup fairly often, but you have to have your opponent conditioned, and you have to know which way they're going to roll.
Yeah.
And when. Top it off.
And if they're even going to.
Yes, if they're even going to roll. Top it off, if you get it wrong, you just gave them a free kill.
Yeah, you could have just killed them right there with up smash.
Yep. It's alright. He did manage to find the kill a few seconds after. Game 6 not quite even. Botodo is running with a 61% lead. Gradually increasing that. Banter is now at kill range. Does not want to shield by the side, knowing that Falcon dive could end his stock in a moment. Top delayed back here. Well spaced, but he is chased down by the Falcon dash attack.
What I need Banter to stop doing right now is committing to such like laggy options and just go for damage, because that's all you really need right now. He's going for it again.
Yep, he just went for it again. Went for the same jab block. The thing is, he's actually been successful in finding these jab blocks, but he's not punishing them appropriately.
Yep.
Taking note of the fact that this is still a losing round. At this point, you want to take the more guaranteed option.
Right.
And unfortunately,
B is going to take it right there. Really good option from Botodo.
Had he down smashed off of that jab block setup a moment ago, this might not have happened.
Right now, Botodo's doing a really good job of just playing patient and getting as much damage as he possibly can on Inkling.
Going for the Falcon dive, attempting to end the game
Alright,
right
back
there.
air. Right, that almost took it, actually.
These platforms have not been working in Banter's favor in any stretch of the imagination. Double back
Falcon
air.
kick, not yet. And he's actually really in need to finish the game.
Yes, that is right to just go for the grab. Feel like with more proper DI that wouldn't have killed, but
It should never kill.
it should not have.
Inkling's back throw is not a kill move.
Nope.
As much as people want to argue it, it's not. If you're living at 210 to a back throw, it's not a back throw.
And speaking of kill moves, Captain Falcon's back there, that
Or a
close
kill
to the
throw.
blast zone, is going to take it.
All right. And Botodo takes it 3-0 over